So when we look at the headline, this is the headline here. Surprisingly enough, the big number at the top is the headline. This is what we're going to get as our initial response. And you can see that the idea of this headline is very, very bullish. Very bullish, right? This is the headline number. It is very bullish. So that's good news. So we get the BeBu. Okay, so we've got the BeBu part of the trade in. When we look at the distillates, that looks pretty bullish as well, doesn't it? The distillate looks kind of bullish as well. Marginally, it's only minus 1.4, so marginal bullish. So we get a little buy arrow here. When we look at the Cushing, it's about in line with expectations, in line with previous. When we look at gasoline, what's the net effect of that gasoline? What is the net effect of the gasoline? Very bearish, right? Not bearish, very bearish, correct? And how do we confirm whether it's very bearish? How do we confirm whether it's very bearish? We look at the utilization numbers. And the utilization numbers, if this is very bearish and they're basically stocking an awful lot of gasoline, the utilization number should fall dramatically. That is a massive fall. That's not bearish. That is very bearish. That is not bearish. That is like with a capital B, E. And what do we love, guys? We love the BuBes. And what did we get today? We got the BuBes. And this is exactly what we hope to get. This is exactly the trade at exactly the bloody price we wanted. There or thereabouts. And how much money are we making? A lot of monies. What do BuBes equal? Dollars. Beers. Yep, BuBes equal beers. Absolutely. And is that right? Is that the correct trade? So obviously, on the basis that that's what we were expecting now when we saw the numbers, can everybody agree why I sold 75.30? Can everybody agree why we sold 75.30? If you remind yourself, this was the dealer key that we had available for us. See it? There's the liquidity. See how the liquidity is pouring in here just above 75.30? So we're looking at this area here and we're saying that this is the main dealer's key level. So with the main dealer's key level at this price now noted, we know that if we get a BuBe, we know that the price should do what? The price should come up to this area here and then get smashed off that. That's why we love the BuBe so much. The opposite's true if we get a BeBu. If we get a BeBu trade, we would imagine that they're going to smash the trade to the 74.20s and then take the market bid off the 74.20s. So when we see that trade and it then unfolds into the trade that we just then recognize, it's almost a given that we're going to make a lot of lollipops, a lot of cash on that bit of business. A lot of cash on that business. So when you see what happened next, I don't think the outcome's particularly surprising, especially not for somebody that joined me on the short sell, because we can read and we can make that quick decision. Well, you can see what happened to the deal. It's not good, it's brilliant, isn't it? Unbelievable. And as I said, lining up with that storyline, of course, is the idea that there's other stories, isn't there? And lining up with that storyline, of course, we also had the idea that we had a big whole wad of short value in that bit of business as well. So a whole wad of short value from the spreads. And I think I'm set to make a lot of cash. I think that setup is now set to make a lot of cash on the short. And we went from 30s to a low price there of 60s. And of course, that is the dollar value of $700 profit per contract on the swing. We love the boobies, and we got one today, and that is exactly what we hope for. We're always looking for that idea that either it's a BuBe trade or it's a BeBu trade. And if it's a BuBe, we want to get that short. If it's a BeBu, we want to get that long. And if we can get that long narrative, we should be in pretty good shape to bag and tag a big winner from that bit of business. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm sure you do as well, but it is what it is. And it did hang around up here, by the way. It wasn't like an instant sell. I mean, it was still trading above 75.20s relatively early in the process. I mean, this is like a minute 45 after the top line was in. You were able to very clearly get that business done if you wanted to do some business. It was there for you. So you were able to do it. Do it, do it, do it. Making the monies, and we love the monies.